Hello everyone, how you guys doing? Hope this message makes you well. Today is the primaries of the APC, and I understand that a lot of you today will go and sell your birthright for a porridge, forgetting that anybody the APC party sees as a flag bearer has the potential of winning the election, right? We should always understand that if good people neglect politics, the bad people will be in the hem affair, making the people to suffer, because when the righteous rule, the people redress. Politics is our everyday life. People always forget this simple fact. If today politicians, the governors, the senators enact a law that we should stop wearing clothes, we will only protest. But they will enforce that law with the police, with the soldiers, civil defense, with all instruments of the law. We will have no choice than to obey that fact and start walking naked. That's how powerful politics is. That is why we must always try and participate in politics in any way we can. And over the years, we've seen how pastors have drawn us back in politics. They preach in their altars, in their churches, that politics is evil. That is where we are here today. But they only realize that politics is not as evil as they think. After His Excellency Buhari dealt with them, that is why they all started participating in politics. Right? I'm advocating that politics is very, very, very essential to our living in this country. We all see what is happening around. We don't have God-man in politics today. Go around. That's why you see people enacting law that will not favor the people doing all sorts of things without even having the conscience. It is time that God-men go into politics, right? People who can speak for us, who can speak on our behalf, who can enact law that will favor the cause of God and the cause of humanity. Today's APC primary, like I said before, a lot of you will go and say your birthright again today, just for a porridge, forgetting that this person you're going to vote for today might be the flag bearer of the party. Not just the flag bearer, might represent us in the green chambers. And if you already sold your conscience, you have no right to request for good governance, because you are already paid. You ate your share out of the good governance. So they will go there and benzo force for themselves and their family. That's why today when you go to the field, you vote for your conscience, right? And for me personally, I believe Pastor Yamu is the best candidate, not because he's a pastor, because he's an outspoken someone who speaks his mind, who is very, very should I say rigorous, someone who believes in his ability, who can speak. That's why he is the best man for this job. I'm not from Benin anyway, I'm from the Esan region, right? Edo Central. But the fact is that Edo Sat must produce his best. We cannot have just Oshomole. If Oshomole is the only person who is a spoken person in the Senate, that means other senators are his voice. They can't even speak without consulting Oshomole before they speak. That is why they are fighting so hard to bring someone who is not even liberal. I've not heard that man they are advocating that he should go for Senate. I've never ever heard him speak. These people who are advocating for him, he has not come out to say this is what I will do, this is what I will not do. But every day we are seeing Pastor Yamu here and there in internet going for campaigns. We should always rethink before we do anything. I'm not advocating for Pastor Yamu because he's a pastor, but I know he has the capacity to represent his people well. Look at the person we have in Senate. He's not there. That person is never speaking. That person can never raise up in the plenary to make a suggestion or make a complaint without first consulting Oshomole. We don't need those kind of people to represent us. We want people who can stand to challenge anything. You see how Adam Oshomole challenged the Senate president that day without fearing any repercussion. That is what a senator should do. The one we have, they can never challenge an ordinary minority leader. You see what I'm talking about? We need people who can speak. Yamu is that man that can speak, that can challenge anybody in the house, that can challenge Oshomole. Ipeya can never challenge a security man in the Senate. So we should always think about that if we are trying to contest. Anyway, thank you and have a blessed day.